Vinai, tell us about.
I was really curious what you had to say about the Magento Association.
No one's going to start, are they?
I know nothing about them. I just kind of registered, but I haven't heard anything, and it's like I have no clue.
Yeah.
I know I don't have time to wanting to commit to doing stuff, but I somehow expected them to be more vocal or something. I don't know. It's always like sometimes something flares up on the interwebs. Like now there was some marketing email being sent out to members, which I deleted without even registering how it came to me. But some people got angry about it, and that was a mistake, and that's not a problem. But it's like, okay, suddenly everybody's talking about it, but then it dies down again, and then everything is quiet for a couple of months until the next thing happens. And some stuff seems to be happening in the background, like everybody, we have done this and this, but to me, it's really not that visible so far. So I'm curious to see what will come out of it at one point. Maybe it's still like in an incubator, or I don't know. What do you know about it?
So there is a questionnaire that is out at the moment. So asking the important questions of the day, which is, what would we like to be called as Magento? I don't know. I haven't got the exact question, so I'm paraphrasing. But what would we, as Magento Association members, what would we like to be called? Is the question. So that's obviously the most pressing thing at the moment. I'm with you on everything you just said there. Where I'm with you, Vinai. I have such great hopes for the Magento Association, but it just doesn't feel like anything started yet. It feels like something starts and then it kind of peters out, and I just don't know. I don't know whether they just keep hitting roadblocks. I'm sure there's stuff going on behind the scenes that nobody knows anything about. But it does feel exactly like you just described there, which is, something starts and then we don't hear anything for months, and then something else starts, and it's hard to be enthusiastic about it, really. I'm struggling to see what the benefit of being part of the association is. But maybe I've seen every major conference they have like a town hall, and that seems to, something great's going to happen. And then
conferences are no longer a thing, right? Which brings us to our next topic.
Moving swiftly on. Yeah, what do you think, Brent?
Yeah, so I was wondering if you were going to skip over me again. I think that's a conspiracy, but I do. I mean, okay. So first, I appreciate that they've started to put out some content, at least on their blog, and they're reaching out to the community to develop content on their blog. But I do feel like there is a significant lack of communication in terms of what they could be doing in communicating. There is very little coming out on what are the future plans of a Magento Association, and how do those plans fit in to, well, how do those plans fit into anything? I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be revolved around conferences, and I think right now we're seeing that conferences. If you have a company that only does conferences, you're in trouble. The Magento Association, I thought when it first started, was more than just conferences. I thought it was about the Magento community and how that fits together. And I do agree that initial question, like, there was probably so many other questions that we could ask and we could move forward with from the Magento Magento Association standpoint, that are better than what would you like to be called, from a whatever that question is about.
It's going to be another question next week, though, so that's
right. So it's like the old Magento poll module.
Yeah, they could have used that. That would have been much easier. Yeah, so
sorry, I just remembered you talking there. At one point, I heard that open source should become, like the association's thing, the open source version, and they would govern it and, steer the development of it or whatever. But I don't know if that's still a thing or not or something. But again, it's just, I have no information.
Yeah.
But that's just the thing I heard, which got me a little excited at the time.
Well, it seems like we should have somebody to interview.
Yeah.
We should get Rico. We need to get Rico on here, Carmen, whoever else is involved with Mage One. We should have somebody from the association. Yeah, Fabian. We should have somebody from Open Mage, and we should really drill into some of these. I mean, these are really good topics, I think, that we could really expand on. So I think the consensus.
Magento association, wouldn't that be Ben? Or maybe, I don't know, Kuba? Not sure.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem, is that we're not sure.
There you have it. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody, really, I think maybe what it needs is a dynamic person like Ben who can really talk about what.
I need an evangelist. Oh yeah, here we go.
All right,
I know those people. Yeah.
Here's their website.
Lots of nice people.
Yes.
Like all of them.
Yeah, so anyways, let's just table it and say remains to be seen. I think I can say that. Like a glass coffin remains to be seen.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hey, I got one joke in.
I like that.
Thank you.